You're just in time for the Roadrunner Review, the 30-minute magazine show that features Metro State sports and their highlights from the past month. I'm Kevin Hall. Alongside me is Myles Potter, and we have a jam-packed show for you tonight.
No doubt about it, Kevin. We have tons of basketball highlights to get to over the month of January. Plus, we're going to preview our baseball and softball seasons. That's just around the corner. And as always, the top plays of the month of January. So, stay in your seats.
And as you can see, we've emerged from our studio, and now we're in the Auraria Event Center, the home of our volleyball team and men's and women's basketball teams. So stick right there because we got everything you need. But first, let's head to the center of the Davy Burke for some Roadrunner news.
Thanks, guys. And how great is it to have our basketball teams back at home after such a long and arduous road trip to start the season? Now to that Roadrunner news, and we start off with Mitch McCarron, who's tearing up both in the classroom and on the court. The Australian native was named the 2014 Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference Academic Player of the Year for the men's basketball team this past month and did so for the second straight season. McCarron currently holds a 3.87 grade point average in sports industry operations while averaging 16 points per game and 7.3 rebounds on the court. Joining McCarron on the first team is Nicholas Kay, who rocks a 3.91 GPA in biology. Eric Rayer earned on-roll status with a 3.52 GPA in business marketing. Now for the women, who sported 4 players on the RMAC All-Academic team. Senior Amy Nelson led the way, racking up a 3.81 grade point average in business management. Senior Cassie Lambrat currently holds a 3.74 GPA in recreation therapy, while Ty Jensen and Elena Velasquez joined both of them on the All-Academic Honor Roll. And finally, don't forget to order your tickets for the 2014 Metro State Athletic Hall of Fame on February 14th. You can visit GoMetroState.com for more information as we induct 5 individuals and 1 team to this already spectacular Hall of Fame. And remember, you can follow your runners on Twitter at MetroST There you can get all the latest news from the red and blue. Guys, back over to you in the balcony.
Thanks, Davey. And you know, it's always fun going to the Hall of Fame, seeing all the success of years past for this Roadrunner teams.
Yeah, it's always fun to walk down the hallway right here at the Auraria Event Center to see all the pictures on the wall.
Definitely, and now let's get right into it. Our number 5 ranked men's basketball team took on Colorado Christian just right behind us on the same floor. The Roadrunners came into this game as the best scoring defense in the league, and they put that up against Colorado Christian, who can light it up with the best of them. And right away, Michael Brown, with some help from Moses, finds an opening the size of the Red Sea for the easy layup and the quick 2-0 lead. Okay, Mr. Brown, that's enough. This show belongs to senior guard Brandon Jefferson. Jefferson, no fear from firing from deep. The man hits more than 50% from downtown. The Flower Mountain native connected on 4 of 5 from beyond the arc to score 21 points. And that was just in the first half alone. Into the second half we go, and the RMAC's preseason player of the year did not slow down. Jefferson also has no problem taking it amongst the trees for 2 incredibly tough points. And on this 3-ball, BJ connects, which gives him a career-high 34 points to help his squad whomp CCU by 34 points.
That win sets up a battle with undefeated heavyweight in the RMAC as number 11, Colorado School of Mines, came to town sporting an 8-0 record. Metro in transition. McCarron makes the perfect pass to Obi Che, who doesn't miss from there. Ordigger forward Luke Myles goes baseline and throws it down to even the game up. Now check out this play. The ball is loose and somehow ends up on the hands of Jefferson. He shoots, he's fouled, and gets the 3-pointer to drop, and he has a chance for a 4-point play. The Orediggers bench goes bananas as they are issued a technical. Jefferson connects on the 2 free throws, and all of a sudden, it's a 10-point lead for Metro. Jefferson, a man on a mission this season, he fires the trifecta, and the senior piles up 32 points. He records a school record 19 of 20 free throws in the game. McCarron, from way out, it doesn't fall, but Harrison Goodrick is there to put it back, and Metro State wins round 1 against the School of Mines by the final of 86-75.
The tough opponents kept on coming for Metro State as they hit the road south to take on Adams State and Fort Lewis College. They first rode the shoulders of Nicholas Kay, who recorded his 7th career double-double, scoring 21 points and pulling down 10 rebounds in the 88-77 win over the Grizzlies. The following night, the Runners avenged last year's loss to the Skyhawks in Durango, They got some good wings down there. They used 31 points from Jefferson in the 13-point win. The senior guard went 7 for 7 from the line to extend his school record of 34 consecutive marks at the charity stripe. The sweep on the road trip moved Metro State up to number 3 in the top 25 poll.
Back to the area event center for a date with Carl Mesa, who is coming in with a winning record in the RMAC. Jefferson on the drive, he feeds big man Goodrich inside for the 2 points and the early lead. Carlos Perez makes the nice move around Shea for the bucket and the foul. And surprise, surprise, the Mavericks have a 4-point lead advantage after 20 minutes of play. Landon Vermeer knocks down the trifecta for 3 of his 19 points. Then Joe Kiley leaves both defenders in the dust for the layup, and Carl Mesa's up by 12 with 9 minutes to go. Could the Runners rally in time to keep that RMAC record undefeated? First, Jefferson pops one in from the perimeter. Then Jamal McCurkin picks up the loose ball and finishes strong at the rim. Metro on the break, Jefferson finds the trailing K, who flushes it home. Goodrich goes full speed to the rack and gets the poster dunk on Ryan Steffen, who should have stayed out of harm's way. Here's the poster and a look at Steffen's teammate John Orr. Aw, snap, homie. Hate to be you right now. Metro completes the rally and defeats Mesa 86-76. Well, Kevin, it looks like Metro's on cruise control for another RMAC title.
Well, let's not get too hasty just yet. You just said that they're going to take on Adams State, Fort Lewis, and a surprising UCCS team.
That is true.
And you can check out all that action on AmericaOne.com and follow your nationally ranked Roadrunner squad as they continue their season. The baseball and softball seasons are gearing up for a brand new season. Find out who the major players are and where the conference has our Roadrunners slated to finish in the preseason poll. But coming up next, our women's basketball team has their hands full in the month of January, which includes a date with the number 4 team in the nation. Stick around to find out how they did, up next after the break. Thanks for coming back on the Roadrunner Review. Now let's take a look at our women's basketball team, who looked to turn things around after a slow start to the RMAC.
And Kevin, it wasn't going to be easy to start off the month of January. They had to take on Colorado Christian, and they're always defensive stud Christina Whitelaw. The Roadrunners taking part in some home cooking for their matchup against the Cougars, and there is Christina Whitelaw, who files to the rim, gets the layup and the foul. The seniors had a tough night against this stunning Metro defense, scoring just 5 total points. This night, however, belonged to the freshman who had a coming out party. Janae Payne is wide open from the wing, and she rattles it home. Then on the break, DeGarmo finds Payne on the other end, and she finishes strong. It's Payne again left unmarked. She cashes in, and the Oregon City native already has 13 points in the first half. Jillian Foster finds Kate Louthid open underneath for the easy deuce. CCU trying to stay close, but they couldn't stop the freshman, who went on to score a career-high 20 points. She was perfect from long range, connecting for all 4 of her 3-point shots.
Payne's performance must have been contagious as the rest of the team followed suit in a record-breaking first half against Colorado School of Mines. Senior guard Cassie Lambrecht with no defender in sight, and she sinks the 3-ball. Sophomore guard Fawn Brady attacks the basket and banks home the 2 points. Now it's Ty Jensen's turn. She fakes left, goes right, and goes up for the bucket. Metro goes back inside, finds Nelson for 2. She led all scores with 17 points. Then it's Lambrecht again, who knocks down 3 of her 16 points. Metro didn't miss much in the first half, hitting on a school record 73% from the field.
Well, we shot the ball well all weekend, so we really shot. Shoot 73% in the first half, it's going to be hard to be behind. But I think we've been able to put together back-to-back games.
It was a good team win. Everybody got in. Everyone contributed, and I thought that, we're finally starting to come together as a team and play to our potential.
Back home to the Auraria Event Center the following weekend, and Metro had a date with the number 4 team in the nation in Colorado Mesa. Junior transfer Denny Jacobs came up big in this game, scoring 12 points and grabbing 6 boards for the Roadrunners. The nation's second leading scorer drains the 2-pointer. Shariah Seltzer, who averages 25 points per game, just managed 15 against this stout Metro State defense. We fast forward to the waning minutes. Hannah Pollard finds Seltzer all alone in the paint, and that basket ties the game at 57. And to overtime we go. Free basketball. Just the second overtime game for the Runners this season. It's a 5-point Mavericks lead when freshman Keisha Fox banks in the 3-pointer to get to within 2 with 57 seconds left. DeGarmo with a chance to tie the game. She splits the defense, goes up and comes up just a little short. Metro has to foul with 9 seconds left. Erin Richley at the line. She misses the front end of the 1-and-1, and Metro still has a chance. DeGarmo again penetrates, but this time dishes to a wide open Jacobs, but she misses both tries, and the Mavs hold on by just 3 points. It was a great effort by Coach Javi and her squad.
Really happy with our effort, the mindset, how we battled. Just felt like sometime in the second half they kind of came at us, and we needed to just take a little bit better care of the ball, make a few better decisions. You know, we gave ourselves chances though, so we're right in there. Number 4 team in the country. I'm really encouraged by how this team can grow.
Metro looked to get back in the winning column against Western State College the following night. Amy Nelson with this sweet fadeaway jumper. She had a nice night with 13 points and 10 rebounds. Western's Kara Walderman with the rainbow jumper. She leads the Mountaineers with 9 points. How about some great Metro State passing? Lambrecht insides to Nelson, and she finds freshman Luisa Tago for the layup. Jade McIntosh, who averages 17 points per game, only mustered up 7 points on 3 of 15 shooting. The Roadrunners would pull away on a 17-2 run late in the game to improve to 6-7 in conference play.
Well, it definitely looks like they started to find their groove and get some good team chemistry going.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's important, especially with the RMAC tournament right around the corner.
Yeah, 6-7, it's anybody's ball game right now. Coming up next on the Roadrunner Review, the return of Aubrey Mall has the softball team rejuvenated to make a return appearance in the RMAC tournament this season. And coming up after the break, Coach Otis has an experienced team ready to take that diamond for the first time in his 3 years at the helm of the baseball team. Find out how high the expectations are with the likes of Nick Hammett and Gavin Purvis returning this season. We're coming right back.
The Roadrunner Review is brought to you by its proud sponsors, Panorama Orthopedics and Spine Center. From sports injuries to spine injuries to total joints for arthritis, they are in your neighborhood caring for your injuries. Located at 3 convenient locations, Golden, Littleton, and Thornton.
Welcome back. You know, those spring months, they're quickly approaching. That means baseball season's about to start, at least until after all the snow melts.
That's right, Kevin. Our spring really doesn't start till April, but by then, half the baseball season's over. Anyways, Coach Jared Otis looks to improve on last year's RMAC action. Last year, Coach Jared Otis helped improve this Roadrunners team to 20-27 and making it to the RMAC tournament for the first time in 2 years. Now in his 3rd season, the stakes are much higher.
It's the key. Team chemistry is the key to everything, and we've got a really good chemistry on our program, and that's really going to help us, you know, as you go through the ups and downs of the season.
This team has a very talented pitching staff coming back, as first-team All-RMAC pitcher Nick Hammett looks to be the workhorse on this staff.
We expect big things out of them. You know, they've all been in the fire. They're experienced, and we're going to be able to get good long outings out of those guys, and we're really going to be able to kind of grow with them.
I think we're looking pretty solid. We got a couple returning starters, and we have experience. We've been there. We know how to have success at this level, and I think that's going to help us this year.
Another strong part of this team is going to be their upperclassmen leadership. Coach Otis brought a lot of these guys in 3 years ago, and they are finally looking to gel.
We have looked at it from our freshman year all the way to now, and we've always said, just wait until we all have this much experience. Wait until we all come together as a team, because what do we have? 7 guys that have started 3 years now. That it's going to be really big for us, and hopefully that experience helps us and takes on some of the powerhouses that have been in the past.
A lot of these guys have some experience now, and we're definitely not a young team anymore, so it's going to be very valuable.
The baseball team is projected to finish 4th in the RMAC this season, but this team has their sights much higher.
We just kind of continue doing what we need to do and continue to progress the way we need to progress. We don't put much stock in it. It is what it is. It's a voting process. So
last few years are record-wise, but we're looking to come out this year and really bring it all together. We have a good squad, great pitching staff, great hitters, great defense. So we're really going to surprise the RMAC this year.
I'm Eric Lansing, and let's take a look at who returns for the 2014 campaign. 8 position players that are upperclassmen return for the Red and Blue, and they are led by senior Gavin Purvis, who hit .291, blasting 6 home runs and driving in 22 RBI 2 seasons ago. Purvis missed the entire 2013 season with a shoulder injury, so he's itching to get back on that diamond. Also returning is defensive stud Mitch Gibbons, who has plenty of speed in the outfield and on the base pass. He crossed the plate 28 times last year while nabbing 8 stolen bases. Now for the pitching staff that has some real talent returning to the mound this year. Junior right-hander Patrick Gogin looks to be the ace of this staff. Gogin earned second-team All-RMAC in 2013. Nick Hammond is back for his junior year, and he was named captain after logging in 63 innings and striking out a team-high 48 batters last season. This group of arms have a ton of RMAC experience, which should lead to a decrease in the team's earned run average from last season. Back to you guys at the Rary Event Center. Can't wait for opening day.
Well, Kevin, you know, this Metro team has a lot of starting pitchers coming back. That's really the backbone of all baseball teams.
Yeah, it all starts with the pitching staff because then that takes pressure off your offense and your defense.
And they also have some third-year guys that really can step up for this team.
This could be the year for them. And now the other team on the diamond is our softball team. They look to begin their season with the return of Aubrey Mall. So come on right back and see their start.
The Roadrunner Review would like to thank its sponsors, Jason's Deli. Real food is fresh, higher quality, more flavorful, less processed, and naturally better tasting. Get real food at any Jason's Deli location. And the Boulder Broker Inn, a proud partner and preferred hotel for Metro State Athletics.
You're back here on the Roadrunner Review. Time to take a look at our softball team, whose season is rapidly approaching at the beginning of February. Last season was overshadowed by the loss of Aubrey Mall, who was diagnosed with cancer the first few weeks in the season. Well, she is back and a brand new coaching staff, and they have high hopes for this upcoming season.
I think what she's been through is probably just going to make her a stronger, tougher person. I can tell she's determined. She's very focused.
I'm feeling great. I'm definitely ready for season to start. You know, it's been a long time since I've been out there, and I'm really motivated to get things started.
Myles certainly won't be the only one who is motivated. After the departure of head coach Christy Lansford last season, the team brought in RMAC vet Annie Van Wetsinga, who looks to turn around this team, who finished second to last in the RMAC.
I just think it's a place you can win. It's an unbelievable, unique location, and I know that there's still talent here, and I'm just excited to be here and help grow it in the future.
One aspect of the team that looks to continue its growth this season is the offense. Last year, Metro finished in the top 5 in the conference in hitting, and once again, they led in home runs. But can they continue that success?
I think this year we're actually a lot more prepared. We weren't necessarily as focused as we were last year, but I think this year we've kind of cued it all in and we're ready to go.
Obviously, offense is a big part of the RMAC, and it'll probably be a big part of our team. But I truly believe in like the little things. I think the home runs will come. I want everybody in our team to be able to execute bunts or hit and runs. I want everybody to be aggressive on the base paths.
A new coach, a rejuvenated pitching staff, and an offensive attack that can be even better this year. But can that lead them to the postseason?
I think we just have to come out with a lot of confidence and play as a team. You know, we played really well in the fall, and I think if we carry that over to the spring, we'll do really well.
I'm really happy where the team's at right now in terms of the effort that they bring, and it seems like everybody's focused on the same goals of getting better every day. You know, if we can just take one day at a time, take care of the little things, communicate with one another, and always be pointing forward with our goals, I think the big picture at the end of the year, we'll be happy where we're at.
For the Roadrunner Review, I'm Kevin Hall.
Eric Lansing back with you. You know, Coach Van Wetsinga helped the Orediggers win 101 games in 3 years. There should be offense galore from the Roadrunners this season, as 34 of the 44 home runs returned from last year's squad. Junior Chelsea Brew led the way with a team-high 10 round trippers in 2013. She drove in 30 runs and scored 26 times. It should be a fun season to watch. Back to you guys.
Well, it's great to see Aubrey back on the mound, and she looks better than ever.
Yeah, it should be a great season for the softball team, especially with the new coaching staff.
Yeah, and then that offense, that's going to be just as powerful as ever. Mary Towner, Kelsey Tillery, they're all back swinging that bat.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited to see this team play.
Should be good. Well, don't go anywhere. We're coming right back with the top plays from the month of January, and we go deep inside the fantastic season that senior guard Brandon Jefferson is having. You don't want to miss that. Glad you could rejoin us as we're coming down to crunch time here on the Roadrunner Review. And one player who isn't afraid of crunch time is men's basketball superstar Brandon Jefferson. Jefferson was named January's RMAC Player of the Month and Davey Burke talked with the senior about his sensational 2013-2014 season.
Stand back, coming up the far sideline. Just to the right wing, stops there, behind the back, now crosses over. Pull-up jumper, it's contested.
Brandon Jefferson came up clutch for the Roadrunners in 2013, but he's having an even bigger season this year.
Great job by Big Shot BJ.
It's been 4 years of hard work, really, on and off the court, in empty gyms, getting my reps up. It's been a long journey.
The Flower Mound native began his collegiate career as a young freshman who averaged 9 points per game, but he has worked hard to develop into one of the most dominant players in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference and even in the nation.
He's just worked every year to add a component to his game. You know, he's the guy that's in the gym all the time. He's the guy that's lifting weights. He's the guy that's constantly trying to get better. And, you know, he's the model of what we want players to be from, you know, the freshman year to the senior year.
The senior leads the conference in points per game, in three-point percentage, in free throw percentage, and steals per game. While all those are quite the impressive stats, it is his intangibles and leadership qualities that really makes Jefferson an elite player.
Do what the coach is asking, you know, he's going to reinforce it, you know, he's going to yell at you, and you just can't be, you know, weak-minded. You just have to take his message and just keep it moving. So, you know, I say he's a pretty strong leader, and, you know, he influences his team in a good way.
So once it's said and done, where will Jefferson's legacy stand among the all-time great Roadrunners?
When I first came in as a freshman, Coach Clark talked about legacy, leaving a good legacy, and that's what I try to do each year, just leave my legacy. And this year, I think I'm doing a pretty good job.
For the Roadrunner Review,
Jefferson corner, drains it, and the foul count.
I'm Davey Burke.
Thanks, Davey, and I think we're spoiled watching Jefferson run rampant on the RMAC, and I predict that you might see the senior somewhere in our top plays from this past January, which are brought to you by the Regency. We'll start with some women's hoops and play number 5, and it's the freshman Keisha Fox who makes 2 great plays. First, she leaves her defender in the dust with this nice fake. Then the much taller defender comes to try to stop her in her tracks, but Fox says otherwise and makes a nice step move around the defender for the easy layup. That's a pretty nifty move for a freshman, so it will be exciting to see her career unfold for the red and blue. Brandon Jefferson is having the season of a lifetime, and the senior rose to the occasion against Colorado Christian earlier this past month. The Flower Mound native was impossible to stop, dropping in a career-high 34 points on 10 of 15 shooting, including 8 for 8 from the charity stripe. He came up just 6 points shy of tying a school record of 40 points, and he also added 4 assists to his impressive box score.
Now Jefferson for 3, and he hits it. Brandon Jefferson make that 6 3-pointers for him on the night, and a new career high at 32 points.
The RMAC and the nation better take notice. This dude is up for some national recognition at the end of the season. On that very same night, Janae Payne came through with a stellar performance of her own against the same Cougars in play number 3. The freshman has the long ball rolling, connecting on all 4 of her 3-point shots.
Go forward. I'm not saying it's easy, but not the recipe.
As Payne for 3.
There we go.
Janae Payne, and that will have a new career high for her.
She would get a few at the rim as well, scoring a career-high 20 points and adding 4 assists in the 72-55 blowout of Colorado Christian. What does Metro do best? They get out in transition. Kay comes up with the steal, he finds Jefferson, and BJ throws up the perfect pass to McCarron, who gets the crowd out of their seats with this alley-oop. How many times did we see that last season?
3-on-1 developing, Brandon Jefferson in the right hands. Mitch McKay goes up for the alley-oop and the slam.
Jefferson and McCarron are arguably the best 1-2 guard punch in the nation, and they have that national championship in their sights. And the top play from January comes in the men's basketball game against Colorado Mesa. The defense collapses on McCarron. He finds a wide-open Harrison Goodrick who slams home the dunk in the face of Ryan Steffen. What was Steffen thinking? He'll forever be immortalized in this poster jam from Goodrick, who helped his team rally from a 12-point deficit to keep Metro's perfect record intact. Those are your top plays from this past month, and as always, they are brought to you by the Regency.
Thanks, Eric. That's going to do it for this month's show, but tune in next month for more high-flying Metro State action. For Myles Potter, Davey Burke, Eric Lansing, and the rest of the Roadrunner Review crew, I'm Kevin Hall, and we'll see you next time.